going on, everybody? Blazing Defenders back in the house with our roving corresponding reporter,
Big Sam.
Big Sam. What's going on, everybody? Big Sam and I we're having a lot of troubles today, so bear with us. We were actually doing the Ninja Turtle review before this show. Probably halfway, 3/4 through the review, my power went off at the BDR studios and we lost everything. So we said, fuck it. We'll come back to it. And we're going to go ahead and do the X-Men review show for everybody because I've been getting a lot of requests for it. And that's what we're going to do.
Ghost fucked us, man.
It did. We were actually, we were kind of in the process of apologizing to the Ghost.
An apology to the entire estate of Mr. Rogers.
Right. And
he wasn't having it.
Fucking wasn't having it. But you were about to reveal his middle name.
The middle name.
Don't fucking say his middle name.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I promise.
We're not doing it, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
chill the fuck out.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. Don't touch us.
Right.
Don't touch electricity again, please.
Don't make me think that you touched us and then later research and find out you never did.
Okay? Right. That's kind of what happened. We said we weren't sure that Mr. Rogers had touched children, and we wanted to research it, and then we come back and find out that he did not.
No, he didn't.
So not really an apology as such, but just to clarify.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone knew.
It's all good, Mr. Rogers. It's all good. All right, enough of that bullshit. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for making us a part of your week. Fuck, we're having all kinds of trouble. I can't talk. We don't have electricity. Show's probably going to suck, but bear with us. We're going to try. We are going to review X-Men Apocalypse on this very show.
What an apocalypse it was.
Yes. Total apocalypse.
Hey, man, weren't you telling me the other day when we were sitting there talking that we had a sponsor now?
Yes.
Or we've had a sponsor, and I just had no idea.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would love to tell you more about the sponsor, but it's not loading up.
Damn it, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers is still in our shit.
This guy.
Get off our shit, Mr. Rogers.
Seriously.
All right. We're going to try it again.
Okay.
But yes, Sam, we do have a sponsor.
I was so unaware.
Yes. What did you think? We were just like talking about it because it's cool?
I thought you were really excited about Loot Crate.
Loot Crate.
Right.
And I am. I do get excited about Loot Crate. Loot Crate is fantastic. And I'm pulling up the notes now. Loot Crate, please don't be mad at me. I'm trying. Yes, I do like Loot Crate. For those of you that don't know what Loot Crate is, it's a monthly subscription box. For geeks and gamers, you get licensed merchandise gear once a month. It is a monthly subscription, so you pay once a month and you get your Loot Crate.
Right.
And I'm still looking for the talking notes. Here we go. All right, we're gonna get it. And Sam and I have mentioned this before. We're big dudes, thus the Meatheads.
Right.
We both wear 2X shirts. And you always pay a couple more bucks for a T-shirt that's a 2X, 3X, so have you.
Really irritating. Very
irritating because there's not $2 worth of material on those shirts.
No, it reminds me of Bryan Singer won't be able to relate to this, but whenever you have a girl, over at your house or something, and say she's been over there a few times, she maybe have even invaded it and put up pictures of herself or some shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
And she eventually does laundry at your house, right?
Right.
And you see these panties, and they're like, like this big, right?
Right.
Because, we're not going to have sex with big girls. That's
cool,
cool, but...
I have.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
But not now.
I'm honest with my listeners.
Right. Okay.
No, not now. No. Hell no. No, my wife's hot.
Right.
My wife's
small
hot.
Panties. So, and then they're like, yeah, these panties cost me like $70. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like this much material.
So what's a big girl's panties cost?
Probably $1,000.
That would make sense. That's fucking gender bullshit. Everybody wants to bring up gender and everything now.
Right.
Then maybe we need to start a petition that if you're going to charge us $2 extra for a 2X, then by God, you got to start charging fat girls more. There would be less fat girls in the world.
I think you're right. I think bigger girls should have to pay bigger prices for bigger panties.
Because they're putting bigger butts in there.
And thighs.
And fupa parts.
Yeah, maybe some of the stomach if they're trying to tuck it.
Well, that's a fupa. That's a fat upper pussy area. That's an acronym.
Damn it.
Maybe they're tucking their fupas down there. I don't know. We're fucking off the rails. Mike, feel free to edit that if you want.
No,
I don't want Loot Crate to drop us because of this.
You don't get any of that in Loot Crate.
No, you don't get any of that in Loot Crate.
None of that.
Loot Crate is just a one-time fee for that 2X shirt.
Right.
They're not going to charge you more because of it. And just for watching this show and fucking surviving our insanity, we're going to give you a break on your Loot Crate. We're going to save you some loot on your Loot Crate. Go to lootcrate.com/giant size team up. Not giant sized like Bryan Singer likes his voice. Giant size team up. Go to the coupon code, copy and paste that giant size team up that you put in the URL and paste it into the coupon code. For all those people that want me to spell it, not spelling it.
Could we maybe, as our first official like Meatheads guest, get the little Indian kid that won this year's National Spelling Bee to spell it? Because we always make a spelling joke.
We always make a spelling joke.
I wonder if that kid would Skype us or something just to do that and then allow us to put it in.
You know, that little fucker's probably got an agent and charges a fee to like spell little shit.
Did you watch it this year? Sometimes I watch the spelling bee because it's hilarious. That kid was talking a lot of shit. Like, it was down to him and another little Indian dudes because apparently only they can spell correctly. And the dude was like clapping at his face and stuff. Like, talking a hell of a lot of shit. It was amazing.
Can they do that?
They didn't disqualify him. He won. So it made me like the kid.
Have you seen the movie with which we should probably review, which we won't, but the Jason Bateman movie where he enters the spelling bee and he's like 40-something years old against the kids and he's talking shit to the kids?
Jason Bateman's funny.
Hilarious. He's always been funny.
Yeah, he is.
I just can't believe it took 20 years for him to start getting like really good parts.
Yeah, he killed me in Arrested Development.
Oh my God. Yeah, that show's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, great show.
And the Russo Brothers directed some of the episodes of Arrested Development. Yeah,
there you go.
So there you go. We all know how good the Russo Brothers are.
We should probably tell them what. Yeah, we should tell them what comes in Loot Crate this month.
Yeah, we're going to tell you what comes in Loot Crate this month. Join us as we celebrate the futuristic box. We've packed June's crate with. This is June's crate.
Yeah, we're in June.
No, we are in June.
Yeah.
I thought this was your last crate, though. All right, fuck it.
Well.
All right, hey, this is what they sent me. We've packed it with items from pop culture's favorite protagonistic.
Prognostications.
That's why I have him. I not only need a speller, I need a speaker as well.
Actually,
so
the little Indian kid just chimed into my earpiece and he told me that
spelled
word.
the shit out of that word too.
There was no trouble.
Like this on you.
Talking shit.
Of science and the future. Look towards tomorrow with items from Rick and Morty.
Hilarious.
Show.
Yeah.
Futurama, Star Trek, Mega Man, Valiant Comics. Solid.
Valiant's awesome.
Star Trek, including a model, a figure, and don't forget about our monthly tea and pin.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff for just a little bit of money.
Well, and that Star Trek movie's about to come out, so
yes. And our condolences to the actor Anton.
It starts with a V. It was
he's a Russian.
Yeah.
Phenomenal actor.
Yeah, it's really
Odd
sad.
Thomas. If you've never seen Odd Thomas, you should definitely check that out. I know he's great in Star Trek. He was a fantastic Scotty. Yeah. But Odd Thomas, I was muddling through the shit on Netflix. Netflix kept telling me, you'd like Odd Thomas. I'm like, God, what the fuck is Odd Thomas? So I just happened to be watching at the Firehouse one day, and it was a fucking fantastic movie. You ever seen it?
I haven't.
You've got to see it.
I'll check it out.
You got this kid was going to be a great actor. I have no doubt. Horrible story.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal Scotty.
Yeah, phenomenal Scotty. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that was really sad.
Very, 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 very sad. Okay, enough of that shit. Now we're going to get something else that's sad. Not as sad as that, but we're going to talk about X-Men Apocalypse.
Yep.
Sam, what did you think?
All right, let's disclaimer this by saying we normally run Meatheads on Movies as a very positive review show.
Yes.
We might point out a few things we thought could be better or this or that, but we try to keep it to a positive theme.
Yes.
And we're really struggling to do that.
We're going to try. We are going to try because there
were
some things.
There were some good parts.
If I had to sum this up in as fewest words as possible, 2 words would probably do it. 3 words. Huge missed opportunities.
Yeah, I would have gone with disappointed.
Yeah, 1 word.
1 word to the point.
I almost want to say sucked.
Yeah, it's.
We both watched it twice. We always try to do a review where we watch a movie twice.
Yeah, and the first time I didn't.
You didn't.
No, I was like, I was okay with this.
I was very on the fence.
I was entertained. I still didn't think it was good. I still thought it was the worst of the comic book movies this year so far.
By far.
Yeah, but I was okay with it. But I watched it a second time and not as okay with it the second time. You know, I think the first time maybe I got caught up in some of the spectacle.
Sure.
It is big and bombastic and
very,
great visuals.
Very. Yes.
And there's some good point. You know, there's some good stuff.
Yeah, and that actually that is a positive of the movie was how big of a spectacle it was.
Yeah.
Because everything other than Apocalypse looked great. Now, in saying that, there are scenes that I thought Apocalypse looked really, really good.
Yeah, but it was sporadic.
So there were less of those times
Yeah.
than there were times of him looking like a dude in purple makeup.
Yeah, my biggest complaint with Apocalypse, and he was the biggest complaint of the movie by far, is he's a midget, which no offense against short people. You know, they're making tons of money with those reality shows right now. So
they are.
good for them.
Short people got reason now.
Yeah,
they did a whole song about that shit in the 70s.
Yeah.
Was it the 70s? Short people got no reason? I don't know.
Something like that.
They got reason now. Apocalypse is a short person, evidently.
Yeah. And so he's standing with the 4 horsemen, and he's the shortest of them.
Yes.
And I was like, you know, what is this? Take over the world Smurf? You know what I mean? Like he was killing me, man. That
in the third act, there exactly what you're talking about. There's a scene where he is standing in the middle of the horsemen, and I swear to God, he's the shortest dude.
Yeah.
He's the shortest dude.
He's shorter than 2 of the chicks.
Storm may have been shorter than him, but she's got that big mohawk. It's kind of hard to tell. But I was like...
Olivia Munn was taller than him.
Yes, by like 3 inches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so noticeable.
Yeah.
How are you a fucking director and you go back and post and you go, oh, fuck, no, god damn it, no. Either reshoot or CGI'd or something.
You could easily CGI him.
You would have to be
taller.
Yeah.
That was really disappointing. It's hard for me to... You know, like I said, you know, no offense to short people. Go out there and make their money, you know, do your thing, but... You're not the baddest mutant of all time.
No.
You know, otherwise we'd be all hailing Puck.
Right.
You know, from Alpha Flight. Like, go ahead, Puck, do your thing.
I would love to see Puck.
Yeah, but he's not the baddest mutant of all time.
No. He might not even be the baddest midget of all time, but he's pretty badass midget.
Apparently, Apocalypse is.
Now, yes, apparently, as the movie opened, I felt like after seeing it the first time, those 4 horsemen were way more badass than the horsemen that they gave us for the rest of the film.
Yeah, I would say that I think the potential of the 4 horsemen we had later, Storm and Psylocke and all them, were off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't do anything with them.
Nothing. They did nothing.
Psylocke and Angel were complete throwaway characters, which was really disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, Psylocke to me was... I keep coming back to this. You're going to hear me say it 1,000 times. If you want to play a drinking game where I say missed opportunity, you won't make it. You'll be dead by half the show. But Psylocke, I thought she looked great in her first outfit, where she was working for Caliban.
Right.
That outfit, even though it's not Cyclops outfit, she looked good.
Right.
When they put her in her traditional X-Men outfit, fucking looked like a bad costume. Well, I mean, it looked like shit to me.
Here's my thing was, one, it took me to the second movie to really notice that, because the first one I couldn't get past her cleavage. Yeah. So I actually wasn't sure she was wearing a costume.
She's smoking hot.
Or what it was.
Or like you cared.
Yeah. I didn't
like,
give a fuck, really.
I'm picturing her naked. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And but even in Jim Lee's Cyclops, the back, from the back, I hated her outfit, which it reminded me of granny panties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You don't want to, I would love it if her ass hung out, but
awesome.
I'm sure everybody else would fucking lose their minds because we're going to talk about that because this is one of the things we talked about on Breaking the Panel, actually on 2 episodes. Breaking the Panel, go to Giant Size Team Up Network. Breaking the Panel is just a big kind of like a nerd conversation between 3 guys that are huge nerds. I've been co-hosting the last 4 or 5 shows. We talked about this for 2 episodes where Apocalypse is choking Mystique on one of the billboards out in California. Huge uproar over this shit. We'll talk about that. But Psylocke, she's attractive.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn, very attractive. Okay, you nailed it. She's also British.
Yep.
Which she was not in this movie.
Nope.
Okay. Her powers are psychokinetic. Can I say? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Okay. Psychokinetic, whereas they're mental projections. They're not energy weapons. Okay. Now I'm fine with them changing her abilities. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not one of these fanboys going, "Hey, fucking Psylocke, you fuckers." It's not Psylocke, but give me a reason. Tell me, because I go into this movie, Psylocke's one of the 4 Horsemen. Awesome. I'm a huge Psylocke fan. I want to see that. Now you've got her cutting cars in half with this energy blade. And that's what it was an energy blade. It wasn't something that fries your synapses when it goes into your brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it was in the comic books. But give me a sentence or a conversation between her and Caliban or her and Apocalypse even about her abilities, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But when I go in expecting to see this character and you give me something else, it fucking irritates me.
Well, what threw me off too with regard to the uniform is Bryan Singer has showed us now through 4 movies.
Are we counting the Superman movie too?
No.
Okay.
No one's ever counted that movie.
No. Well, Bryan Singer, Superman Returns, just to let you know.
The worst.
The worst.
The worst. He showed that he doesn't care about keeping the traditional costumes. You know, they're in all black leather, you know, and this and that.
True.
And then you throw her in her traditional costume, and it just stood out as weird looking.
Weird looking.
Yeah.
So costumey, like Halloweenish.
Yeah, if the rest of the characters were in more traditional X-Men costumes, it might not have stood out so bad. But for them to be in semi-realistic costumes.
With the flight jumpsuits,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. And then her to be in this purple wrap garb thing.
Yeah, where did that shit come from?
It was just
and then plus, he's giving all the Horsemen, like there's a scene where he's like got his hand on Angel and he's like creating this armor for Angel. And I'm like, awesome. And it even looks like Storm has kind of like, maybe not so much armor, but it looks more battle worthy.
Yeah.
And then you give Psylocke some fucking silk and lace. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. It ain't gonna stop nothing.
No, it looked like some Victoria's Secret shit.
Some cheap Victoria's Secret. What's the cheap Victoria's Secret?
Victoria Don't Tell Nobody. That's the knockoff.
Oh, Vicky's
that's
lingerie.
The knockoff shit.
Yeah.
She probably didn't pay $70 for those panties.
Dude, yeah, that shit was fucking bad.
It was. But her cleavage was awesome.
Her cleavage is awesome. I think she's awesome.
Thank you, Olivia Munn.
Yeah, thank you, Olivia Munn. I mean, she looks the fucking part.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
she did.
She looks fantastic.
There was no doubt.
One of the questions I had, which I guess I kind of got it answered, is they call Apocalypse the first mutant. Okay, now was he the first mutant, or was he something else that found a way through science to transfer his consciousness into somebody else? That was a question I had. I guess we're just going to assume he was a mutant because he was a mutant in comic books. But as I'm watching the beginning of the movie and like they cut open the guy they're going to transfer into, and he's kind of got like a Wolverine mutant healing factor. And I'm like, okay, that guy's obviously a mutant. Maybe the other ones around him were some type of mutants, the original 4 Horsemen.
Right.
But what, like, was he a mutant? You know, or was he stealing? Well, I guess that could have been his mutant power, was him stealing other.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly what his original mutant ability was, because they said he got whatever power of whoever he went into.
Exactly.
So I don't know what his original power was.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see an Apocalypse origin story. That's for fucking sure. And another thing that I thought was glaring the second time I watched it was the loyalty that the original Horseman had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were fucking loyal.
Yeah.
And the Horseman that he picked, the new Horseman, dude, if you got friends like that, you don't need enemies. They fucking, I mean, like a light switch. Yeah, let's do this. You know what? Fuck this guy.
Yes.
I was
Storm
like,
was back and forth through the whole movie.
They had no motivations. Angel had a motivation.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting fucked with, obviously, from the day he had wings.
Right.
I mean, he's being made to fight. He kind of makes that clear with Nightcrawler when they're in the gladiatorial pit, which I thought was going to be much cooler scene than it actually was. It was kind of stupid. Why couldn't Kurt, even though the fence was electrified, I guess he can't teleport outside of some kind of electrical fence?
I didn't understand a lot of that when, like, they were in, he transported them into that, like, Quinjet thing. And then he said, I can't get them out. There's something that's blocking my powers. But Jean Grey's powers worked fine to cloak them. So why did Nightcrawler's powers not work, but Jean Grey's powers did?
What I thought was when they said, get us in there, and she was like, don't worry, they won't see it because she can do her mental telepathy thing. I felt like there was some kind of dampening field inside there. And I felt like they could see them. But weren't they in a different part?
I thought they were just in the jet with
the other soldiers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right. Yeah,
maybe not, but I just thought that was funny. Why?
So
why
it's still weird.
Yeah, why can Nightcrawler not go back and forth?
Right.
And when did he just develop? When did Stryker just go ahead and develop something that dampens mutant powers?
Right, because mutants are still pretty new, and it hasn't been that long. And let's talk about that for a minute. This is obviously from the third movie. You had X-Men First Class, then you had Days of Future Past, and now you've got this movie. They make no reference to Days of Future Past other than the fact that Xavier wiped Maria McTaggart's
well, that's
memories.
Not even Days of Future Past. That was from First Class.
That was from First Class. You're right. So they made no reference to Days of Future Past.
Yeah, and I wonder, though, if that's because they were successful, they don't remember that alternate reality. But Wolverine should, and Professor X should. No one else remembers it.
Professor X definitely should.
He does. Well, he does at the end of Days of Future Past. Remember, Wolverine comes in. He said, I need help with history.
Right.
Everything past 1973. And him and Professor X know what they're talking about. No one else does.
That's true. That's true. And no mention is made of that.
No.
None.
Well, if we're going to do that, one of the parts that made absolutely no sense to me is how did Stryker acquire Wolverine? Because at the end of Days of Future Past, he pulls him up out of the Hudson.
Right.
But it's Mystique. His eyes flash yellow. You know,
right.
It's like, oh, it's Mystique.
Right.
So why does Stryker have him now? Did Mystique just be like, here, well, you know what? I don't really like mutants, so here, you can have him. I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah, that's true. I'd forgotten about that.
That was the part more than anything else that really screwed with me. Because I was just like, what the fuck?
I loved the Weapon X facility part.
Yeah, except I liked the scene, but my problem was it had nothing to do with the movie.
Nothing.
Why did you capture them and take them? First of all, he shows up as soon as the mansion blows up. So he's just kind of flying in the neighborhood, you know, and then you transport him up there to the facility. I just don't get it. Like, it had nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
I assume he was stealing mutants to test on.
Sure, I understand his motivation. I'm just saying that scene had nothing to do with the rest of X-Men Apocalypse, the movie. Mm-hmm. It was simply, hey, we want to show you Weapon X.
Right. You know? Very arbitrary. Yeah. I felt like that whole scene was for them to have a cameo with Wolverine.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which
it had nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
That scene, I love Weapon X Wolverine. It's like one of my favorite stories from Wolverine. And he looked, I mean, straight out of the comic book. And they made it look cool. Yeah. And I love Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. So, and he's slicing motherfuckers. And it was not in a rated R fashion, but it was still pretty violent. Yeah. You didn't see the claw strike like I would have liked to see. But still pretty cool. The one thing that they group them all together, they wouldn't have done that. No. You know what I mean? They're not going to put them all in a central location, even if their powers are being dampened somehow. Which again, how the fuck did you do that?
How'd you do that?
So yeah, that a lot of. I mean, again, a lot of problems with this movie. Let's talk about Cyclops for just a second. I've seen different things. Oh man, he was great. He was perfect. Blah blah. Yeah, he was a dick, and Cyclops is a dick. But I really couldn't buy the kid, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I picture. I don't know what I picture. So I thought the Mazin kid from the original movies, thought he did a really good job. He was very sure of himself. Now I get it. This kid's just catching these abilities, and he kind of don't know what the fuck's going on, and all we really see is the dickhead part of Cyclops. I didn't really see the leader, even though they were trying to, like, he was kind of moving people in the Weapon X facility, like moving them around, like he was the fucking leader. You know what I mean? I didn't buy Cyclops.
Yeah, that's cool. He didn't register for me one way or the other. He just kind of was just there again.
Which again is a problem.
Right, with Angel and Psylocke is just another character. Nightcrawler didn't really do a whole lot.
Looked great.
Except for that like flock of seagull haircut. That thing was
what
weird.
the fuck
with
was
the blue
that?
streaks and shit.
Yeah,
that was weird, man.
I didn't like that. Yeah. Now I will say in regards to Singer and Nightcrawler, was it X-Men 2?
2.
That opening scene where he's in the fucking White House.
The best scene of any X-Men movie. For me.
It was a fucking good scene.
Yeah. I think it was the best scene.
I'm trying to think of another scene that I would have liked better.
Yeah. I love that scene.
The scene that I'll say I like better than that, same movie, is Wolverine when Stryker's guys come to the mansion and Wolverine's talking to Iceman and he hears the choppers coming and he fucking knifes that guy.
Yeah.
It's the first time we see Wolverine pop his claws into a dude on screen.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. And that growl that Jackman had fucking gets me pumped up just thinking about it. But I mean, I loved that fucking scene. I'm a huge Wolverine fan.
Yeah.
And I love that scene. So other than that scene though, that Nightcrawler scene was fucking fantastic.
Popping in and out of the Secret Service, and he gets the president down and has his tail used.
That's or on the slow motion in the Oval Office where he's, and he's twisting and turning. They're trying to shoot him, and he's coming behind. I mean, it was like, holy shit! You never see Nightcrawler as a badass before. That was fucking badass. Yeah. So, little be known, Singer probably didn't have nothing to do with that scene at all, because we ain't seen that like that again. Now, Angel. I fucking think one of the biggest missed opportunities is with this guy.
Yeah, what a throwaway.
What a throwaway to one of the coolest looking Horseman of Apocalypse, the real Horseman of Apocalypse, you want to go back to the comic books, that there is. The Angel of Death, Archangel, other than getting the wings right, and I liked how they were kind of hardening Warren up. Yeah. Because Warren's kind of a pussy in the comic books, let's be honest. Rich boy, pussy. Now we've got this Warren Washington who's looks like he's, like I said, been tortured. Yeah. Maybe for a lot of his adult or young adult life. Throwing a gladiatory ring. He's got these scars on his chest. He's pretty hardened. And nothing. Yeah, he's drinking. He's kind of like a Billy Idol Archangel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then he's nothing.
Nothing.
I mean,
they did nothing with him.
I mean, I guess, is there an argument there?
No. I mean, they just didn't do anything with him.
Nightcrawler kicked his ass.
Yeah, he did.
For the second time.
Yeah.
Because when they were in the desert or in Egypt, he fucking dropped him in a damn thing, which he ended up getting out pretty easily. I don't know what took him so long to figure that out. But yeah, I'm like, dude, Nightcrawler just kicked your ass twice. You're not, come on, man. That you're Archangel. The best Horseman, the best thing about the movie, and I know we both live in Louisville, and it's probably heresy to say this. Jennifer Lawrence, you were fucking terrible. You look great on screen. I don't know what you look like in real life. I've never seen you, but what you phoned it in. I know you didn't want to do the movie. You might have been contractually obligated to do the movie.
Probably read Singer's script.
He thought, what the fuck? You're destroying the X-Men, you bastard.
Yeah.
Leave that little boy alone and fucking redo your script. But Michael Fassbender was the highlight, best part of this movie.
I'm going to say something about the Jennifer Lawrence Mystique before I get into Magneto.
Yes, please do.
Did it not bother you that in the whole Days of the Future Past and a lot of First Class, Jennifer Lawrence, I'm thinking about booties. Jennifer Lawrence worked so hard as a character to be like, to stay blue. I'm not going to blend in. This is me. Being blue is beautiful. Being your true mutant self is beautiful, and so on and so forth. And then in this movie, she's blue for like 10 seconds. She hides herself the whole time, and it's strictly Jennifer Lawrence has become such a big actress. We need to show her.
Well, and the one thing that she has made it obviously clear in all the interviews I've seen her in, she hates the makeup process. And I'm sure it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Ask Rebecca Romaine Stamos. She was fucking blue almost the whole first X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if she wasn't blue.
Yeah.
Maybe for a little bit. But, I mean, I'm sure it sucks. But that's the fucking character, lady.
Right. You get several $1 million. Like.
I mean, I'm not feeling sorry for you because you guys you guys spend 4, 5, 6 hours in makeup. I'm not. I guarantee you they give you every fucking comfort that's possible during that process.
And
so
you're making
I
a
don't
couple $1 million.
And you're making a fucking couple $1 million.
Think all the shit we don't want to do, and we don't make $1 million.
Right.
You know,
like think about what they paid you for that movie Joy that you made, and you should feel so fucking bad for taking anybody's money for seeing that movie. This is your fucking cross to bear, is being Mystique. Now, but I had flashbacks of Hunger Games with her. The reluctant hero. And I know that's what she was supposed to be playing in Hunger Games. Like, I don't want to be the face of the rebellion. I'm going to be the face of the rebellion. Okay. All right. Still didn't win me over in that performance either. But with Mystique, that character, she, like, after X-Men 2, not Days of Future Past, but First Class, she's kind of embraced that role. Like, she's saying goodbye to Charles because she doesn't believe in Charles's vision anymore.
Right. And then
she believes in Magneto's.
Yeah, in the Days of Future Past, she run around trying to kill someone.
Right. Exactly. So now she's all of a sudden, I'm nobody's hero and don't look up to me. And but I get it, you're nobody's hero, but you're out there trying to liberate mutants. And then you're like just sending them on their way. I didn't understand that. I thought that was I didn't understand the ideology behind it.
Yeah, I just didn't get to be that proud mutant that's like, being your true self is beautiful, and then you're gonna be in human form the whole time.
The whole time.
And when she went into the blue form for a second, she almost looked shocked that she was in it and reverted right back.
Right. Oh, like what am I doing?
Yeah, and it's just such Hollywood. It's or Jennifer Lawrence. I keep doing that. Jennifer Lawrence. She's not Mexican. Jennifer Lawrence is such a huge star that we need to see her now. We don't need to see. That's it.
Well, we discussed this with Will Smith in the Suicide Squad movie. They cast him as a guy that's known for his mask.
Right, but he's not going to be in the mask.
We've seen he's in one scene we know of in the mask in a trailer, and the rest of the time it's Will Smith's face.
Right.
It's like, come on. You know, that's not the fucking character. I get it. You paid this guy a lot of money. And I don't know who has a say in that. I don't know. The studio may be like, look, you've got Jennifer Lawrence. You can't be putting her in fucking blue makeup the entire time.
Right, exactly. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, and I hope they never go to a fucking Marvel movie because they won't say that. Right, I'm sure Vin Diesel would like his face in a Marvel production, but motherfucker, you're Groot. Yeah. And you're going to be Groot, and you're never going to be seen.
I don't think Vin Diesel was too mad at making like $150,000 just to say I am Groot a whole bunch of times.
Can you imagine?
That's awesome.
That is awesome. He's got an awesome voice. Yeah. But yeah, Jennifer Lawrence is terrible. Sorry, Jen.
Yeah, I still love her. She's a Louisville fan.
I
give it to you.
Thank you for bringing,
I've never seen
recommendation for our city, but
I've never seen none of the Hunger Games either. It looks too adolescent.
They're okay. Yeah. I really enjoyed the first one, but the other two were just they're ho hum to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's like, all right, that's not really even cool. This is supposed to be futuristic. I want to see something cool.
But Magneto. Amazing. Fassbender's an amazing actor.
He is an amazing actor. One of the best scenes, spoiler alert, is when he saves a guy in the iron factory that he's working in. Yeah. He's created a life for himself. He has a wife. He has a child now who's also a mutant, by the way. And he does something. A coworker, it seems, has seen it, and they get to talking. Holy shit! I think it's Magneto, and they come to his house. It's a traumatic scene that could have been so underwhelming.
Yeah.
Fassbender fucking sells it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, you feel for Fassbender.
Yeah.
Or Magneto. I should say Magneto.
And when he goes back to kill all the co-workers, for selling him out and costing him his wife and kids, you felt the anger in him. Yes. The despair of losing his family.
What he tells them when he says, I want you to think about the person that you love most in the world. And now they're going to know what it feels like to lose you. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it reminds me, and this is what got my wheels turning, I would fucking give anything to see a solo Magneto movie with Fassbender playing him.
Well,
and do the run of the Magneto solo comic.
Yeah.
That, was it Charles Soule?
Cullen Bunn did that.
So hardcore, militant. This is how I've got a clear vision of what I want the world to be, and I'm Magneto, goddammit, and this is what I'm going to do. That would be such a great.
They were going to do a Magneto Origins movie, but with
the old guy.
Yeah, who I fucking love too.
Yeah, he was great. Ian McClellan.
Ian McClellan, exactly. And he, but the Wolverine origin was so terrible that they killed it, and that movie was terrible.
Yeah, it should have. So, if those people were going to be involved in the origin movie,
yeah. But yeah, Fassbender's in it. And what he told Charles when Charles was, Apocalypse had captured Charles Xavier. And Charles is like, so you're just going to do this, you're going to do the talking to Eric, Magneto. And Magneto tells him, everything you thought you saw in me died with my family. It's over.
Yeah. But it wasn't.
And that's what I don't get. How do you have that much conviction and 45 minutes later you're like, nah, never mind.
I mean.
It was a fleeting thought.
It was, yeah. It's like.
And what about when he says, what would your wife and daughter want? And he goes, they'd want to be alive.
Right.
That's badass.
That's badass. And that's a guy that has a clear vision of what he fucking wants. And when Apocalypse says, which was Apocalypse's best line, that actor, Oscar Isaac, thank you. Yep. That was his best line in the entire movie when Magneto was basically destroying Lethenberg or wherever it was where his parents were taken from him the first time during the Holocaust. He sends him there, and Magneto he shows which is another thing I don't understand. Remind me to get back to that. I know I'm jumping around, but stay with me because Apocalypse gave everybody else ability, like enhance what they already had. He didn't do that to Magneto, did he? I don't know. He's basically telling Magneto, you've got this power in you, feel the ground, and he basically crumbles this place.
It's almost like he taught him.
Yeah, but didn't Charles try to do that in First Class? Maybe. When they was trying to move the fucking satellite?
Yeah,
remember that?
I think, and he did eventually.
I mean, that's a far cry from doing what he did.
Right. And that's why I think his Apocalypse is supposed to be the strongest mutant. So, maybe he's a better teacher than Professor X.
Maybe that's his mutant power. Yeah. He's a fucking better teacher. But Oscar Isaac gives this speech about, we'll burn it down and create something better. And I was like, that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Best scene of Apocalypse to me was that. Because I believed it, and they do this voice inflection thing with him that makes him sound like he's got more people in him, which he actually does, which I thought that was very cool little touch, but that doesn't say anything.
I thought verbally Apocalypse was pretty good in this movie. Most of his speeches were good. I thought his voice sounded cool because they did that inflection several times, yes. And it was cool.
Yeah.
I thought when he would meld people into the wall or the ground or whatever, it looked great, because he has the ability to manipulate all matter. So he would just phase them into the wall or whatever.
Yeah, that was cool.
All that stuff was cool. He just didn't look good.
He looked terrible.
If you'd have made him taller, and if you would have made him more metallic looking instead of me just looking and being like, that's a guy in blue makeup.
Right.
he'd have been a great character.
Now,
I really didn't think there was anything else wrong with him except just how he looked.
I'm trying to think because I went back and read the issue. It's actually the Uncanny Avengers issue where young Thor fights Apocalypse.
It's a great issue.
Fucking fantastic issue.
Daniel Acuña's art
was
amazing.
Yes, Daniel Acuña's art. I'm trying to think who was on that. Was it Hickman?
Remender.
Was it Remender?
Remender.
Makes sense because fucking Remender's awesome. But there's a story of Apocalypse going back in time, going to kill a young Odinson who does not have the hammer yet. He does not have Mjolnir yet. He has an axe. Well, he doesn't have the axe yet.
Did he not?
No, that's how he gets the axe.
Okay, that's right.
Is that he goes to his father and says, the demon came after me, but he's got this shell. I need something to pierce his armor. And that's how he gets Jarborn. I think Jarnborn is how you say the axe's name. Something like that. Badass. But Odin tells him he's not a Titan. Was he a Titan?
No. He was a celestial being.
Maybe that's what it is.
Could be.
So he's a celestial being, and like that armor is like almost indestructible because it basically keeps his energies in. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So he's more like a godlike figure than definitely what this movie portrayed him as. But I forget where I was fucking going with that. But I definitely wanted to say that story. But it was something about his origin, Apocalypse's origin. And it's like he's going to be bigger. He's going to be more menacing, and don't get me wrong, you can be little, be menacing, but like my wife, she's little and menacing. But it's that if you don't know this about him going into this movie, you've got to make him menacing and imposing, and you do that with fucking size. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. How do you go back and look at this movie in post? And especially when he's got chicks beside him or his height, and look as big as he does. It's like, that's fucking awful. Again, missed opportunity with the podcast.
That was actually what really ruined the movie for me. I could have got through all of our other complaints and missed opportunities and missed characters if Apocalypse had just looked better. That was the part that killed me. And that's even when I liked it kind of the first time. I told you, Apocalypse looked terrible.
You did.
There's times he would turn and you could see the skin folds in his neck, and stuff. And I'm like, he's a guy in blue makeup.
When he gets up, when you get the camera was zooming him on some, especially when he was introduced to Rogue the first time and he was killing those guys, they zoomed in on him, and even though he had that hood on, you could see the pores, like his pores. Yeah. Come on, Apoc. I don't want to see your big ass purple pores. No, we've already talked about a lot of that. Blackbird. Oh yeah, okay. I gotta say this because it was fucking awful. I remember just shaking my head. Jennifer Lawrence's speech in The Blackbird when Jean Grey looks to her and goes, "Were you scared?" Yeah. And she goes, "No." And then she starts talking about how I was on a plane just like this one time. Yeah. Your brother was there. He did great. What happened to the rest of X-Men? Well, they didn't make it. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. These kids are terrified. You really should be giving them a rallying story. And you're basically telling them how last time we did this shit, everybody fucking died. Yeah. And I'm like, it was not that it was Jennifer Lawrence's fault. That was just bad writing. Yeah. No actress could have made that work.
I think it was trying to show that she's not she's not fit to be the leader yet, yada, so she can evolve into that by the end of the movie or whatever. But it was really poorly executed.
Horribly fucking executed. It was. Horribly executed. And we get to the third act, which was, I knew from the moment I seen Jean Grey and she was having the flashbacks of the end of the world. Yeah. We were going to see Dark Phoenix. Yeah. And Apocalypse is so OP at this point. No one can take him out. When Magneto's trying and Magneto can't, I'm like, yeah, they're fucked. When's Jean going to do her thing? When's Jean going to do her thing? That whole Professor Xavier, when he's having the mind battle with Apocalypse, which was cool and a cool idea. It was way too long when he's sitting there and Apocalypse has fucking kicked his ass in this astral plane. Yeah. It's way too long to get Jean off her ass and do something. I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, he's going to fucking kill all of you. Why, I don't know. It was
the
just
reluctant hero again.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say that I thought Jean Grey was one of the bright points of the
Yes.
movie.
I definitely want to, yes. That's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and I can remember the actress, her name escapes me, imagine that, that plays Sansa Stark on Game of Thrones is the same girl that plays Jean Grey in this movie. And I remember her from season 1, episode 1 of Game of Thrones, and she was supposed to be this young, beautiful girl. She's got this long red hair and everything, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't see it. I don't think she's that hot.
Yeah.
She's definitely grown up, and she's looking pretty damn good. Like, I think she's growing into a very attractive woman, which I feel like Jean needs to be.
Yeah.
Jansen Famke?
Famke Janssen.
Famke Janssen. Thank
Yeah.
you. A little dyslexia there. Yeah, I thought she was great.
She did a good job.
Sexy, but yet you could tell she kind of like, I got a secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way Sansa played this movie. Of course, we do see little tidbits of the Dark Phoenix persona through the movie. But
can we talk about one? Trying to stay positive. Magneto was great. Jean Grey was pretty good, I thought.
Very good, yeah.
Quicksilver was amazing again. Evan Peters is fantastic.
Evan Peters is fantastic.
I find myself wanting a Quicksilver movie, but then I don't think he could carry a whole movie.
I don't think he could.
It works better in a scene.
Yes.
But that scene again was the best scene of the movie.
Yes and no. And this the second time I watched it, I will say this. I enjoyed that scene the most, even more than the Wolverine scene.
Right.
Which I liked. The Quicksilver scene was, but the whole, it was a little, I don't want to say, it was almost cartoony to me. They did too much of that. They did too much of him moving the stuff out of the way, and then like he snatches a girl and a tab is sitting there, which kudos to putting tab in there because that's fucking great. And he grabs it, go, and then he takes off again, and then he does something else goofy, and it's like, I get it.
But he did that in the first one. He did that in Days of Future Past too.
Okay, now this is where I get into my fanboyishness, which I fucking can't stand when other people do it. So I'm actually mad at myself right now. That's not Quicksilver.
Right.
That's not Quicksilver. People can bitch about the Age of Ultron Quicksilver all they want. That dude was more true to the comics Quicksilver than this one is.
Yeah, Quicksilver's a dickhead.
Huge asshole. Yeah. Better than fucking everybody else. Yeah. And that, the Marvel one was a little more likable than a true Quicksilver would be. But this Quicksilver in this X-Men aberration is totally different. He's a likable kid.
Right.
And I'm not saying I dislike the character at all because I like it. I like anything that's done well, even if it's not true to the comic book. I'm not that big of an asshole. Pretty big, but not that big of an asshole. But
not quite Quicksilver-ish.
I'm very Quicksilver-ish, but a lot fucking slower. But, that scene was, visually, that scene was off the charts amazing.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's where I went with is Quicksilver. And for everyone to know, I'm not the biggest X-Men fan by any means. Yeah. I love Magneto. Mm-hmm. I think Nightcrawler's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I'm half and half with Wolverine because I like Wolverine as a character. I know that's blasphemy.
What the fuck?
You don't like Spider-Man.
That's not true, goddammit.
That is true.
You're going to get me fucking hating
I don't like Spider-Man either. I'll join it with you.
I don't relate to Spider-Man, okay. And nor do you.
No, at all.
No.
But I also don't relate to Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Drinking, smoking cigars, and, fuck. You fought professionally. How does Wolverine not fucking appeal to you?
No, I like it. And that's what I was saying. I'm half and half with it because I like the character. I'm just sick of him. Marvel does way too much of it.
Absolutely.
And that's my problem with
I got you.
Uncanny X-Force, one of the best comic book runs of all time.
Make that movie.
Right.
Somebody.
Wolverine was amazing. And old school Wolverine in Japan, that Frank Miller stuff.
My favorite.
Amazing.
My favorite.
The current Old Man Logan run with Sorrentino on the art, incredible. There's just too fucking much of him. Too much. Yeah. Too much Wolverine.
For Wolverine to be dead.
Yeah, he's dead. And there's like 8 Wolverine comics. You know, so
yeah.
So
no, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm totally down with that. So I grew up my dad reading comic books to me. That's where my love comes from.
Yep, me too.
X-Men was my dad's favorite. Wolverine was my dad's favorite, which by default made it my favorite.
Yeah.
And as a fucking 5-year-old kid, I'm wanting to go around and like smoke cigars, drink beer, and fucking stab people with knives in my hands. So I mean, not the greatest role model, by the way, Dad, but that was my love for Wolverine, and that'll never be replaced. Now he's not my favorite as it used to be when I was a kid, because I've changed, gotten older. Like, think I've gotten a little more mature, not much more, but yeah, I like Wolverine, but I'm not the biggest X-Men fan either.
Yeah.
I like Magneto probably more than any X-Men.
Yeah, me too. I actually like X-Men villains more than X-Men.
Yeah.
You know, Magneto, Apocalypse in the comics.
Yes.
Sabretooth, Mr. Sinister, which is who they teased in that after credits scene with the Essex Corporation.
Yep.
So he's awesome. The Brood are awesome. The Sentinels are cool. Their villains are great. It's kind of like Spider-Man for me. I like Spider-Man's villains more than I like Spider-Man.
I like villains.
So
like, I'm a huge villain fan.
Well, they tend to be more. There tends to be more depth.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this? Why do they
I think
believe
only a
this
hero's as good as his rogues.
Yeah,
I mean, I said
agree.
it. In which Spider-Man has one of the best rogues gallery there is.
Yeah.
I just don't relate to Spider-Man. I wasn't the awkward kid growing up. You know what I mean? I wasn't. So I don't really relate to that.
I would like to completely go off topic for 1 second and say that I'm so excited for Michael Keaton to play the Vulture in this upcoming Spider-Man movie. I just want to say that.
Birdman.
Yeah, because I think it's fucking awesome. So,
no,
but
I do too.
So I'm saying I'm not the biggest X-Men fan in the world. So a character like Quicksilver, I don't care if they deviate from the comic, because I have no emotional tie to him.
Right.
So I just want something that, like you said, is fun and entertaining.
Right.
And that scene was. And in a movie where it was a bleak, you know, sometimes boring movie, I needed that interjection. You know?
Yeah, like I said, the best scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, as far as entertainment value, CGI was fantastic. The movie actually could have had a lot more scenes like that in it for it to be successful.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Bryan Singer a little credit, because he does one thing well.
Make sure this is fucking recording.
He does one thing well. Right. He does the decades well. The 70s, Days of Future Past was awesome. The 70s stuff and the, you know, the
like the tab,
the
tab in the background.
Yeah. Quicksilver playing the old Pac-Man video games.
Yes, Miss Pac-Man. Yeah. What was it?
It might be Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think it was Miss Pac-Man.
You know, and some of the shirts kids are wearing, and the members only jackets and stuff like that. Yep. He hits the decades well.
He does.
I give him that.
He does.
He just misses everything else.
He misses everything else. And I get it. It seems like he's a fan of this stuff. It seems like every show we go to this movie, because it was actually was Batman vs Superman our first review. Yeah, that's probably why. But you know, people want to fucking hang Zack Snyder for Batman vs Superman.
It's
which,
crazy.
If you want to see our review of it, check it out. It's on iTunes as well. But I want to say Zack Snyder is a fucking fan.
Oh, you can
he's
tell.
He's not a fucking closet casual fan. He's a fucking fan that understands new storylines, new character developments, and he gave us a movie with a lot of that.
He almost put too much in.
He put too much in it. Yeah, if I have to agree with the naysayers and the haters, I would have given him that.
Yeah.
I would give him that.
Yeah.
Because a person that doesn't know half this shit, like the guys at the Firehouse, what'd you think about Batman Superman? I fucking loved it. What? Why? And I tell them, I'm like, okay, this is why. And then as I'm telling them, they seem to get it a little more. I'm like, okay, well, this Batman was from the Dark Knight Returns Batman. He's a lot more like this, blah, blah, blah. Now, I get it. Some people still have issues with Superman because of how he portrayed Superman to be. I feel like in this world, in this society, that would work. Yep. I'm getting totally off topic, and we always do when we bring up Singer. But I'm sorry, Snyder. But what I'm saying is Zach gives us that kind of movie. As a comic book fan, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Not saying everybody else will, but I do. Singer, he reminds me of a guy, and if anybody's watching this, and I know you've had this happen to you, you get these people to come up to you. Like today, I'm in AutoZone. I got a comic book shirt on, and a guy goes, "So hey man, you into comic books?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah man, I used to have X-Men #1, Action Comics #1. I used to have all these." And I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking fantastic. You probably haven't read a comic book in 30 years. It's not a big deal, and I'm cool with that." Bryan Singer's that guy.
Yeah.
Bryan Singer's a guy working at fucking AutoZone that sees a comic book shirt and goes, "Oh, hey man, I know that guy," and he makes fucking movies about him.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe he loved them in the 90s. He's so out of fucking touch with comic books. To me, that's the reason his movies fall fucking short. Superman sucked. All of his X-Men movies suck. You go back and watch the first X-Men movie, it sucks. It fucking sucks.
I like the second one.
The second one was all right.
And I liked Days of the Future Past.
Bleh.
I liked it.
Stupid.
I liked it.
It's dumb. No, I actually, First Class I had issues with.
Yeah, I didn't like First Class. He didn't do that, though, I don't think.
He didn't?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I probably should have liked it then. No, I didn't like it.
I was
the
a First
second
Class
one
fan.
I did like.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's got my favorite X-Man moment with Wolverine and the whole Stryker Weapon X thing. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember really liking that one. So I give him that one. Every fucking dog finds his nuts every once in a while. Let's be honest.
To me, he's 2 for 4. He's batting 50%.
What else has he done?
The second X-Men movie and Days of Future Past.
And a fucking Superman.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was talking about just X-Men movies.
No.
Okay, if you're talking Superman,
I'm talking genre related.
Then he's 2 for 5.
2 for fucking 5. You're
I'll
out of
give
here.
you that.
Man.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
You're out.
Superman
We gave
Returns
you
was
5
the
strikes.
worst.
The worst. The fucking worst. And he's supposed to be this big Superman fan.
The worst.
He's the worst. My point is, you've had your chance, Singer. Give somebody else to him. There's too many great young. Look at Marvel. Marvel's giving major motion picture deals to James Gunn.
Just not Brett Ratner again.
No, fuck. That's another dude. You're out of here.
Yeah, he's terrible.
You're done. You did a decent. Was it Lethal Weapon movie? No, it was
Rush Hour. But
Rush Hour.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I couldn't fuck with it at all.
My point is, James Gunn, who ain't done shit. Marvel's giving them guys deals. The Russo brothers are fucking blowing shit up right now. They are fucking the hottest directors probably in Hollywood with what they've done.
Yeah.
They done Community.
Well,
they did Arrested Development. They ain't done shit.
There's just such a difference between Marvel Cinema and Fox.
Yeah, I mean,
Fox just.
Well, that's my point.
Like I said, Fox hit 2 X-Men movies that I liked so far. Deadpool, they struck gold with.
Yeah, but what they did was they gave Deadpool to Tim Miller, who ain't done shit.
Right.
And said, hey, we're gonna give you $100, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Go make us a movie.
And he did.
it.
That's what I said. They struck gold.
Gold.
They've missed on several X-Men movies, and we don't even need to talk about the Fantastic Four movies.
No, and that was a new director that, which kind of throws a monkey wrench into my theory. But
that was. You still haven't even watched that, have you?
No,
oh
I haven't.
Gosh.
Maybe we should do a review show on it.
We can.
No, we try to stay positive.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I know everybody's listening going,
we did a good job with that this time.
Motherfucker.
Right.
Bullshit. I mean, I loved Fassbender. Like I said, missed opportunity. Some of this could have been so cool. Apocalypse could have been so cool because they nailed his powers.
Man, and
they nailed Apocalypse's powers, I thought.
I thought the ending credit of Days of Future Past, where they had Apocalypse standing up there, and all these Jigs were chanting, and Sabanur. That was awesome.
That was
awesome. I was
awesome.
like, man, they're gonna nail this thing.
Yep. And you see the Horseman in the background.
Yeah.
Telling you, if they'd have kept the Horseman that they had from the beginning of the movie, I think I'd have liked it better. Those dudes were fucking badass.
They were, or just actually realize the potential of the Horseman you had.
Yeah, that you had. Yeah, I would like to see that too. Storm, which could have been the strongest character in the whole thing, was nothing. She had some lightning.
Nothing.
She didn't do fucking hail, gust of wind, tornado. She didn't do shit, man. She's a goddess. He calls her a goddess.
Yeah.
And he juiced her up, and she still don't do shit.
And Angel and Psylocke were complete throwaways, like we said.
Throwaways. I mean, I really want, and if anybody, this is your first time listening, do not think that we just hate everything, because we don't.
No,
we want to love everything.
We talked about before this show. We said, damn, we're gonna really get away from our theme of
Being
staying
positive.
because that's what we do. But
I want to keep it real too.
Yeah,
I'm not. I do a comic book show called the Blazing Defender Report also, and there are books that I absolutely love, like the characters that I absolutely love. You may give me the comic book, and I fucking hate it. And I'm going to tell you, don't buy this. It's a waste of your fucking money. This is not the character that you love. You're not going to like this.
I have a feeling that's a Cap Sam Wilson.
Cap Sam Wilson, and so far, all Captain America Steve Rogers. So far.
I love that first issue, man.
Oh, my God.
I love
That's
it.
a whole new fucking show right there. But I tell you this.
The art was so good.
The art was good. I did a pros and cons list for that show of all my books I reviewed. And honestly, the pros outweighed the cons, okay, of that issue. But if I had assigned like a value to each pro and con, the cons would have won out. It was like some of the things on the con section I can't get by. But Blazing Defender Report rules, 3 issues. I'm definitely going to give him 3 issues to sell me on this story.
Yeah.
And you're not going to catch me on the internet pissing on the cover or putting gas on it and lighting it on fire like I've seen a bunch of people do. You won't see me do that. But I feel like I gave it an honest review. The art was great. Cap up until the very end was very Cap. The fight scenes were choreographed really nice, and the artwork, of course, helps. But a writer does some of that too, how the book flows. But Jack Flag and Sister Spirit or whatever the fuck her name is, who cares? No one wants to see. No one wants to see them. I get if they're a plot device moving it forward, but they're uninteresting. And how many times has fucking people try to put Jack Flag back in the comic book?
Yeah, too many.
We're off the rails again. I know.
Too many.
But do you got anything else you want to say about the X-Men?
Not really, man. Not really.
See it yourself.
I heard that Singer might not do the next one, so maybe stay positive.
Maybe Fox watches the show. they'll sign him to a multi-year deal now that they watch the show just to make me mad. But I'm going to have on blazingdefenderreport.com, which you can get all the Meatheads on movies information there too, because I post on that site as well. I'm going to have a thing called SpeakPipe, which basically is going to be a phone number. You call it, and you leave me a message. And tell me why Sam and I are wrong about loving the X-Men Apocalypse. Tell me why you thought Jennifer Lawrence is the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread. Tell me if it's good enough. Even if it ain't good enough, I'll talk about it on the air, either on the Blazing Defender Report or this show right here. So
we're on iTunes now.
Blazing Defender Report. It'll say Meatheads on movies. Click on it. We've got BVS review. We did a Civil War review. Is that all we've done?
No, we've done more than that.
We've done preview shows. Yeah, we do preview shows as well. We're going to be doing a preview show for Suicide Squad. We're going to be doing, we're going to try again to do the Ninja Turtles movie review, which I thought that one was going really well.
That was probably our best show.
It was,
really
and
was.
that's why the fucking Cosmos interrupted it
fucking
and
Mr.
fucking
Rogers,
turned
man.
off my electricity. Then we're going to do Warcraft review, which I've seen. Sam has not yet. So I'm telling you, motherfucker, you're going to call me and go, and you're right about it. I'm not going to say one way or another how I felt about it.
I'm going to see if I like Lord of the Rings 4. We'll see.
We'll talk about it on our review show. But no, check us out. Please give us any kind of fucking feedback you want. BlazingDefenderReport.com. I'm on Twitter at Blazing Defender. I'm on Instagram at Blazing Defender. iTunes, Blazing Defender Report. Blog Talk Radio. I'm on there as well, Blazing Defender Report. And, of course, the YouTube channel, which you can see these two ugly ass mugs, talk about all kinds of shit, and my comic review shows on there as well.
We're also on bathroom stall walls,
Yes.
Blazing Defender.
Right.
You could check us out in old textbooks from when we were in high schools and shit. Blazing Defender.
Blazing Defender, yes.
So any source you need to go to, check us out. We're,
Yes.
we're probably there.
And if you're in the Bullitt County school system, I do write our websites on the back of like all textbooks that I get my hands
There you
on.
go.
So, you know, just trying to get the brand out there, you know what I mean? Get the
Right.
kids while they're young, cultivate them.
Free advertising.
Free advertisement. Like they open fucking books.
Right.
They ain't not opening no
You got to
fucking
put on the
books.
cover, man.
You got to put it on. Yeah, oh, yeah. I need to put it on the bathroom walls. Probably the best place.
Right, yeah. We're also now on small girls' panties.
Yes.
But not on big girls' panties. Not anymore.
Nine more?
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah, 9 more.
Not anymore.
Can't do it anymore.
No
Yeah.
more.
Sorry. Yeah,
So-
I was about to say
so check us
that would
out.
be better advertising because
We could write more.
we could have like a whole like a panoramic
We
shot.
could give you the script notes of the show. I think Mr.
transcripts
Rogers
about-
touched children, but I'm not sure.
on the back of the big
So yeah,
girl's
check for
panties.
us everywhere except for big girls' panties. We haven't quite got there yet, but check us out.
Check us out, guys. Hey, if you've made it this far, your family. Appreciate it, guys. Remember, love everybody. The world's going to shit. Find something you love and are passionate about and embrace the hell out of
But
it.
that doesn't mean you have to fuck it.
Bryan Singer, for you. That was for fucking you.
And all you people with that Cat Bucky shit.
Oh, my God. And the whole other show. Check me out on Breaking the Panel. Giant Size Team Up Network. You'll find all these shows and more on that site. Please check us out for
Big Sam.
and the Blazing Defender. See you next week. Bye, guys.